Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everybody.
boy, oh, boy.
Happy July 4th to you.
And I proudly stand up.
Boom, boom, boom. Next to you. What better way to celebrate our
Trees from
independence
Balsam Hill.
than with Christmas in July?
Yep.
We started yesterday with Alonzo, but this is the first time we get to see the full
Yeah.
set in all of
Yeah.
its glory.
Yeah, it's-
Balsam Hill really pitched in big here.
This
They
is
did
very.
all of it.
Did a lot of
We're
the lifting.
literally living a Hallmark movie.
We are.
We were
are.
able to take things out of a Balsam Hill box and show it to a camera and wink. It was amazing. It was like we were in a
unbelievable.
Hallmark movie, but the stuff's amazing.
Everything they sent is just top notch.
top
apparently
notch.
Christmas in July, you get 50% off everything.
Wow.
So it's or up to that. at
up
least,
to,
you know.
up to. That's very exciting.
this
but
stuff, that's Garland
got these
for you. That
twinkly-
is.
Garland.
At some point, don't let me forget it. Some point this month, I need to demonstrate these twinkly lights.
They're pretty impressive.
Why have we? Why
Well, I don't want. You know what?
Today
we
would've
can't,
been
we
great.
can't
We're
bust
gonna build
every.
it up?
We can't bust everything out.
the red, white, and blue would
You
have
know
been
what?
great
Maybe
today.
maybe when I come back from break,
Yes.
it'll be red, white, and blue.
But it's the little
For
things. Like the
America.
tree looks like it's a real tree that we picked up at a lot somewhere, but it's perfectly symmetrical. But it's these candles
these
that look
things.
like Christmas trees, but then it's just. I mean, I got to be honest.
We gotta light 'em.
I don't like
do have to
Christmas
light 'em.
before November, but that puts me right in the Christmas spirit, and I hate to
smells
admit
so
it.
good.
It's my favorite thing they sent. so good.
I'm excited about this Christmas in July for a lot of reasons. We've got a lot of fun things we're doing. Ryan's going to be joining us
Christmas
every
rewatch?
week with for movies that are on Hallmark movies now that we've never gotten to because Hallmark doesn't air them anymore.
Yeah.
And so there's some classics that are on Hallmark movies now that we're going to get to. Some new movies that
Yeah, a
are
couple
exciting.
new ones.
We're going to be rewatching some movies, maybe a first time for Brian
Yep,
that
sure will.
we touched on in our very first year of doing this podcast. So now 5 years in, has anything changed for
Yeah,
Rocky Mountain
yeah.
Christmas? Does the Christmas card hold up as well as
Bramble Fest right there in the middle of Christmas
My
in July.
goodness.
Yep.
My
Big time.
goodness. Yeah,
it's big time.
to say that I'm excited would be an understatement.
Sure.
But this first one that we're doing throughout the month, we have these two new movies starting next week. But for this one, I was like, what do we do? And so I was scouring the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries schedule the week that they had the movies last week, and we had basically covered everything
Good job, guys. Congrats.
except for this movie,
Oh,
the Perfect Christmas Present.
found the one.
That aired in
That's right.
2017.
Some people call it Mr. Christmas.
Some people
do.
call it Mr. Christmas.
That's right.
So I figured why not do it now? Do it right here. Hopefully you watched it last week. It originally aired on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries on November 4th, 2017. And it went a little something like this. Tom is really good at gifts. Hello there. I'm good at gifts, yeah. That's Tom
DeLonge.
from Blink 182.
That's right.
Little
Yeah.
remix there.
He is making a living of it. Going out, getting presents for his clients. They're perfect. They are the perfect Christmas present.
We did it.
And some of his clients really like him. If you
know what I mean.
Wink at that camera.
if you know what I mean.
Double.
We're mere weeks until Christmas, and Tom's old friend from college, Paul, he hires him to find the perfect Christmas present for his girlfriend. He is like, I don't know. Do I love this woman? Yes. Do I maybe want to spend the rest of my life with her? Yes. I can't think of a single
thing about
gift.
her.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Bud, if you could come on in here, Bud, that'd be really great. And so he's like, okay, so fill out this form all about Jenny, your girlfriend. That'll at least give me a baseline to begin to work off of. And Paul's like, I don't know her favorite book. I don't know what she's into.
Tough question.
And so Tom is always like, okay, no problem. Something you need to know about my process is I'm always on the up and up. I will follow her day and night. I will hide behind trees and bushes. I will watch your girlfriend.
You got to be careful of those West Ramona spiders.
That's
though.
exactly right.
Watch out for those.
I will follow your girlfriend all day and all night for this project. And I will also make a murder board of her in my living room, all above board.
All above board. Yeah.
There is a board in his living room with her picture.
It's very stylish.
Sticky notes.
3 bulletin boards.
Blends
Yeah.
right in, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Jenny's a complicated person. She's always like stopping and looking at horses and volunteering her time, and she runs a nonprofit. So when Tom tries to like be like, I can't do this. This is too tough. Like, what do I give a girl who likes horses and is like an overall good person?
say horse?
No, not today.
July, everybody.
Happy Christmas and July to you as well. Paul convinces him to come over for dinner with him and Jenny.
It really is.
And
Sometimes it's the small things.
it's the all the small things.
All the small
small things.
Say it ain't so.
Christmas lights, twinkling.
Why would they jingle?
It wasn't as twinkling.
He
as
wonderful.
we worked on it.
so he comes over for dinner with him and Jenny. And Jenny's like, what do you do for a living? And he's like, I plan parties. And she's like, perfect. I'm planning a party for my non-prof. That's what we call it. And I would love for maybe you to help me. And so Tom and Jenny start working together to plan the party, opening up to one another. She literally has nothing planned for this party that is 2 weeks away, including a space for the party. And so luckily a client who is totes into him has a space. It's perfect with a giant kitchen. It's going to be great just for this. Tom and Jenny hang out some more, and she shares about her family, how her dad was a blues musician, how he passed away, how she doesn't have any recordings of her dad singing, and how she wished she does, and all that good stuff, which I got to say, smells like the perfect Christmas gift.
Sure does.
Right.
If we could find a recording,
definitely
boy, howdy.
Man, seems like that could come back later.
Maybe.
Man.
Jenny shows up at 6:30 in the morning, knocks on his door. He comes out down in boxers.
Yeah.
If somebody knocks on your door first thing in the morning, do you put on some clothes?
I'm putting on clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he doesn't. And we're better for it. He is like, oh, hold on a second. Let me put on some clothes. Closes the door, puts on some clothes, takes down his murder board.
Fully dressed.
And is like, the whole reason she came over is because I have the perfect theme for this party. Christmas. What if
Dude, I thought
this
it through.
party
I've run the numbers.
Yeah.
is Christmas themed?
Christmas themed.
Well,
Not a bad idea, I must say.
definitely. add to the list.
It's pretty clear, though, that Jenny and Paul are not on the same page, or should I say Sam page.
Yeah, you should.
Because Paul is like, hey, I want 5 kids. She's like, didn't know about this. Paul gives Tom total permission to do anything he needs to find the perfect Christmas present.
It's true.
Nothing's off limits,
True.
bud. Do what you gotta do to figure out the perfect Christmas present. Paul is working late, and so Tom says, pizza tour. We're gonna walk around and get some pizza. And let's be honest, 2 attractive people going around doing a pizza tour. Of course, it ends with a kiss.
Bound to happen.
You have to
Yeah,
kiss
it's a
at that
pizza
point.
tour, for crying out loud.
They do kiss. This
What's
is
more
bad
romantic
news.
than a pizza tour?
Nothing.
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 Chicago?
In
In Chicago,
Chicago?
like
At Christmas time?
Man,
about
all
it.
the ingredients are there, guys.
Better ingredients, better pizza
Tour.
And this is bad news because
Shout out
of the
Hut,
fact that Tom is Paul's friend. She is still in a relationship with Paul. But he did say, do
Well,
anything you
yeah.
got to do.
He did.
So I don't know. Tom tells Paul the next day about this and quits, says, I can't do this anymore. And Paul's like, well, no problem. I figured out the perfect present, and it's an engagement ring. So I'm going to propose.
Ugh.
He goes to propose. She says no. So I guess that's over now. The girl, the girl who liked Tom tells Jenny that he's Mr. Christmas, that I thought you knew he finds perfect Christmas presents. So she confronts him about this, and he comes clean, and she's like, hey, yes, I am that. Here's my murder board. It's all above board, though. Trust me, it's all good. And she's like, not all good. You exploited me and did not like that. You are uninvited to the party. So that's tough. In a weird move, Tom decides to hang out with Paul. And they just kind of mope around a bit.
They do, yeah.
Just kind of drink beers,
Yeah.
doing some dude stuff.
Around their sorrows.
That's right.
At the event, the Christmas theme really comes through. And that's good. And the girl who likes Tom pulls Ginny aside and is like, hey, I do want you to know that even though he is Mr. Christmas, he's all above board. And like his intentions are pure, and I'm sure he really does like you. And so while Ginny, she gives a speech about the charity, she starts hearing some music, and it's the blues music. And she's like, I think I know that song. Goes into a room. Tom's over there on tambourine. Paul's over there on Jingle Bells. And then there's the guy who, Sam Baker.
Yes.
Playing the harmonica. That's the guy who her dad played with in the jazz. And they kind of like go apart, and you see the record player is playing the record of her dad singing. It's the perfect Christmas present. You gotta admit, for the perfect
Better
Christmas
than an
present.
engagement
And so Tom and Ginny, they make up, they make out, and I guess Paul and the girl that like Tom are also gonna get together. So everybody's happy, and that, my friends, was the perfect Christmas present.
We did it.
That's exactly right. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll break this movie down even more here on Deck the
the
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. I can do a lot of things.
there.
I can do. Wait, is there like an American? I think there might be.
There was.
There was. I don't know. Like I could go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Can you see this
Oh
online?
my gosh.
Yep.
See it?
Oh, that looks
And you just like do
nice.
stuff, and you
And
just
it's just
kind
on
of.
the app.
It's just on the app. That's all there is to it. I could
There
do
we go.
fire.
You
I
did
could,
it.
I
It
did
was
it.
American flag.
I could do
Whoa.
fireworks, and it's just kind of moving. It's just kind of shaking.
Moving and shaking.
Yeah, it's very
There it
exciting.
is. There's the American flag.
That's
It
it.
is July
There,
4th.
right
That's
around
why
the
we're
globe.
here.
That's
That's why we're here. Guys, let's break this movie down. Let's start with the hot take. Brian, what did you think of The Perfect Christmas Present from 2017?
Sure. At first, I was kind of digging this movie. It felt a little older, which I liked.
Yeah.
Like it felt a little worn, and it was kind of a nice change. There weren't text messages popping up on the screen constantly.
It was a
and
simpler time,
It was.
2017.
It really was. And then after a while, I started to feel a little weird. I couldn't figure it out until a very specific scene. But once I figured it out, it kind of like that's all I could concentrate on. It felt a little isolated. The city was almost empty.
Yeah.
There was hardly anybody in Chicago
Yeah.
during Christmas time, and I couldn't.
Good point.
So I'm like,
They're all in
look
the
at
small towns.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
They're
real
all off to the
Christmas
small. Yeah,
happens.
we're
Yeah.
real Christmas. That's right. You got to get out of the big city. So I'm like, did something happen in 2017 in Chicago around Christmas time that everybody left the city? Even her best friend was video conferencing in, which was 2017, probably not that common.
Right.
So maybe at the time when it came out, it's like, oh, this is cool, this is neat. But now it's kind of like, why isn't she in the city? What's going on? So I was really distracted by the city just being completely empty for most of the movie. And even though it was a party planning movie, they hardly planned the party.
No.
And so I ended up being...
You wanted more party planning.
No. I was intrigued at the idea. I'm like, they're not doing squat.
No.
I cannot wait to see this party because I can't wait to see how it turns out. They're not doing anything for it. What's it going to look like? And so it was sort of the opposite effect. Like usually you're just beaten down by the party planning of it. And you're like, this is so boring. This was like, they're not doing a thing. What is going to happen here? And so I was more interested in finding out what the party looked like. It looked like like they had planned a regular party, and you didn't know anybody there, obviously.
Of course not.
And so, yeah, it was okay. That was the perfect Christmas present. For
It was
her.
the perfect
so
Christmas
it
present.
delivered. in
Quite
that.
the
Yeah.
romantic gesture.
So he
Of
earned his
course.
paycheck there, and so it was just okay. I'm glad I got a chance to see this and step back in time a little bit. I probably wouldn't throw it on again if I was looking for a Christmas movie in the background. It was just too weird to have nobody. I wanted more vibes of
Let's
Christmas.
go live to Crazy Town where Brand's going to
Let's
gush
hear it.
about this movie.
We got
Brand,
you?
take it. You got it? Are you on the line?
I love this movie.
Yeah, you did.
This is not my first time watching this movie. I don't
course not.
think it's like my fifth time watching this movie. I'll watch this movie anytime it's on. And there was a time when this movie was on a lot. It would be on all the time. And I came to really like this movie. It still feels like for 2017. Imagine 2017. This movie felt different in 2017. It felt a little different, maybe a little saucy, maybe a little like, what's going on here? I really like this movie. The Chicago really works for me. This movie felt like it was actually filmed in Chicago.
They just got everybody out of the city.
Get everybody out.
Get them all out of there.
Of course, get everybody out. Felt cold.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it just worked for me. I loved it, and I look forward to watching it again, maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but would not be opposed. Dano?
This movie starts and ends with a Sam Page narration.
Yes.
With like a montage, and it's beautiful. And in between those two is awful.
Stop.
The 80 minutes
awful
in between those two
Stop.
narrations. Here's what we have. We have a party planning movie in Chicago at Christmas. They've done nothing. No one's at the party. And this takes up the majority of our time that hides the fact that Sam Page is a psychopath. Like, he's digging into people's lives to find a perfect Christmas gift for them. It is a terrifying premise of a movie that they hide beneath layers and layers of boring party planning. I will say this, Tara Holt, the lead, can't believe we haven't seen her since then.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
Also, the other dude, I think it's Sam Guinan Nyhart is how you say his name. Have not seen him in a movie of any kind since this movie. And they're both really, really solid in the movie. They definitely have chemistry. There's no doubt about it. But it is just not a movie that works on any front aside from throwing Christmas on the screen at a rapid rate and delivering a grand romantic gesture. It does not work in any other way. But the beginning narration, like, pulled me in.
Yeah.
Like, immediately pulled me in. I thought he was going to be like a time traveler or something, the way he's talking about all this stuff. And at the end, it bookends it to make you kind of briefly forget that you watched a bad movie. And so it has some tricks up its sleeve, but make no mistake, in the middle there, not good.
Just to be clear, when you say that they throw Christmas on the screen, that's a bad thing.
That yes. Yes.
We just
there's no rhyme or reason to it. And then the party is supposed to be Christmassy, and it only is in that one room where he's doing the romantic gesture.
But the snow on the ground, they put all the things.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, that
Are
one room.
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me right
That's
now?
good stuff. That room's good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's just do this real quick, the feels, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump in.
Yeah.
That romantic gesture at the end. One,
Yes.
when you walk in and the whole floor is the fluffy fake snow thing, that works for me. You walk down, you guys know a part works for me when people part or when someone walks out of the way and reveals something. When the jazz guy moved out of the way and it was the record play. Oh.
Just calm down.
Yes.
Have you ever
That's what it's all about.
Have you ever finished
That's what all of this
sitting
is all
down?
about.
I see you standing up every time that
I raise my hands like I have met the Lord. Like, it's fantastic. A fantastic romantic gesture with Christmas. There's nothing else I would rather have than that. It's just perfect. I loved it.
Yeah.
Brian?
That I couldn't say it any better. Woo!
That's good.
It was the record player scene.
Yeah.
When the music's playing on the record player, obviously he nailed that.
Obviously.
And so you said it in better words than I could. So I'm
You
just
said it in better words.
Dano?
ditto.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
It worked for you.
Wow.
It was okay.
Go.
In a hole.
Look, no. The way that the room is decorated worked for me. I feel like
The pizza?
that
Pizza
was
slice
tour?
of pizza?
Tour, though?
the pizza tour was great. I do have some questions there in the wait what. I also have some questions of the grand romantic gesture in the wait what. Like, some of this doesn't like.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it does matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever.
Absolutely not.
It's not like her dad died when she was 3 or 4 and has no recollection of anything. Like, she remembers being in middle school and going to these clubs. She knows this guy that's had his guitar for 20 years.
Yeah.
She's never contacted him, not once. She never reached out to be like, you've got my dad's guitar. He never reached out to be like, hey, your dad said to watch
Grief
this until he came
goofs
home.
you up, Dan.
What about on his end?
Grief he's grieving too.
Yeah.
Grief goofs you up.
grief
No,
goof.
there were too many questions for me to fully enjoy that grand romantic gesture.
There's
Sorry,
too many
Brandon.
questions about you that makes it
Yeah.
hard
No,
for
I
me to
can tell
enjoy
that's-
you.
yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Deck
Merry
Hallmark.
Christmas.
Like, oh my.
You're going to be
Still.
okay.
This is
Christmas,
I
it's
forget
early.
how hard Christmas is around you. It's
July.
it's
Look,
so
It's
hard.
gonna be a long
No,
month, Brad.
well, I get in the Christmas spirit when it's time.
It is time.
We got Bramblefest in 9 days.
Days.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost down to the hours countdown.
man.
You
Boy.
Technically everything is always down to the hour. Let's get to
You guys
this.
going to start doing hours on Christmas morning? It's 1 million. Susan.
We could. Don't tempt me with a good time. Let's do this, shall we? Let's get to the wait whats. Talk about what in this movie gave us those wait whats. Brian.
Yeah. A few. Quite a few.
My man is scrolling.
The ASMR references hit a little different these days than they
Yeah.
probably did back in 2017. So that's taken a little
Yeah.
flip in pop culture.
Very
What does
dated
that mean?
there. I will say,
I don't know what you mean.
I was shocked that
ASMR?
I know what
You know
ASMR
that-
is,
I
but
mean,
what do you
back
mean like
then,
the references?
Now it feels like in pop culture now in mainstream, it's more not innuendo, but just straight up like more of a I don't know, naughty thing than
A naughty
let's
thing.
relax and go to bed thing.
I didn't know that. I thought
Really?
ASMR was still. I'm sure there's naughty stuff. Anything can be naughty,
I just
but I still feel like there's tried and pure, right?
tried and
Tried
and pure.
I will say
Yeah,
Bring that on down.
ASMR is really popular on TikTok, and
it's
all
not
the videos
naughty.
I've seen, it's like for a
Yeah, maybe-
soothing.
Maybe clean up your feet a bit, weirdo.
I don't know
guess.
what you are, Brian.
Maybe
but-
because ASMR is not like a. I kind of like wasn't.
I took it as a date. Like, I remember when ASMR was real big.
Well, I think
And-
ASMR is bigger now than it ever has been. It's just not
Yeah.
new.
But it was
like
like,
ASMR.
it's a thing
Yes.
for a while. What shocked me was that in 2017,
It had a moment.
In 2017, Hallmark was using it in its proper context.
Yeah.
It did feel dated now to me. I wasn't thinking about
Yeah.
it being naughty ASMR.
Sure.
But it did feel dated. Like, that would not be something that they would do now. But it
No.
did feel different, like they were
Right.
actually like almost current at
Sure,
the time.
with the time.
All right, man. There's some people saying
Yeah.
it's.
It wasn't.
All I'm saying is that everything can get naughty.
Yeah, of course.
But I still think that there's still a large population that still is just
Just
like I
relaxed,
like it for the
sounds.
tingles. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Tried
like
and pure-
Panda.
tried and
Tried and pure.
And as Alonzo likes to say, you can't smell Christmas without ASMR.
That's
right.
exactly right.
Yeah,
one
of
of
course.
one of his best.
And Paul the frat bro,
Yeah.
I just really quick, you catch a tiny glimpse of it just outside his dining room. He's just got a pool table
Yeah, he
set
does.
up right
Yeah, he
there,
does.
which
Yeah, he does.
there's just all
That's what I'm
sorts of
talking about.
questions about getting a pool table into any
I mean,
place.
he knew the assignment. That actor did.
100%.
Like he
100%.
he
all
knew
the
exactly.
actors were really good at their
Yes.
roles.
Yeah.
Really good. Jenny, so she runs a one-person charity out of her house.
She is
Do I have
opening
that?
a Chicago branch of an established Los
Established
Angeles charity.
Okay.
That is what she is doing.
All right. Out of her. So that was weird to me, but I missed that part that
Yeah.
it was already established. So, and then when she invited Tom upstairs for the hot chocolate, that seemed real quick.
It did.
Like real quick. So I like that they had that moment, but it was just sort of like he was like, all right, I guess I should get going. And at the door, do you want to come in for a hot chocolate? Go upstairs for hot chocolate real quick. The music, I don't know if you guys got this, it was so dramatic for me throughout this movie. Maybe that worked really well for you with the whole Christmas vibes, but it just sort of was distracting me at a point.
There is some nuance that Hallmark learned right around 2020 that just didn't exist before then, because it is like when we were watching all these movies, I would have
Yeah.
never said that. But now
Yeah.
I watch this and it is jarring.
It is. It's very
It's
different.
nonstop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
is.
doesn't stop
It
ever.
is. And then, this was in line with like, why is Chicago so empty? They were in the quote best record store in Chicago, and there were 3 people in there, and it was the 2 of them and the record store.
Coincidentally, the same number of people that attended the party at the end that weren't in the room for the grand romantic gesture. At one point, she's like, "It's quite the circus today," and it's like 2 people walk by. Yeah. Didn't have any extras.
Yeah, that was just tough. And then the whole thing around the party, like they got the venue for free, but who's paying for the kitchen, the staff, the food, just everything else? Maybe the bigger branch of the charity, I guess, would do it. But it was just, I'm like, okay, you can't just get everything for free. Somebody's paying. Like, who is covering these costs?
It did feel like the party planning was like when they were making this movie, there's like, they have to be together all the time. Why? Planning a party.
Yeah.
2 weeks before Christmas in Chicago for a charity. We haven't started.
Yeah.
It very haphazard.
Yes. Yeah. So that was I'll stop there. That was about it.
So this movie kicks off with this montage, as Dan mentioned, of showing some of the things that he's been a part of, and finding the perfect Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And I would like to point out 2 of these things.
Oh, it is a mess.
And just say, I can't believe you had to hire somebody to figure this out. One, there's a man who lost his dog, and the perfect Christmas gift for him is a dog.
But
wasn't it his dog?
But they also kind of make it sound like he found the dog,
But
like the dog was missing.
That his estranged sister
Whatever it
of
was.
10 years they haven't spoken, found his dog and put a bow on it.
It's weird.
Or did she steal that dog?
Or did she see a picture of his dog and try to?
I don't. The way that they word it is either, hey, his dog died, and so the perfect Christmas gift, let's give him another dog and also get him in contact with his estranged daughter. Yeah.
But he pets the dog like
right. He's like, oh my God.
It was his dog.
But also, if losing a dog is really, really hard.
Yes.
I don't want another dog.
No.
That
I would
looks
like to be
exactly like the dog I just lost.
So I did take it as they found the dog.
Same here.
Which, just to be clear, if your loved one lost a dog, you don't need someone to tell you that finding that dog would be the perfect Christmas
gift. Yes.
That's it.
No money required.
But the other one that chuckled me funny was this kid who's obsessed with space.
That's right.
Let's get him a telescope.
Yeah.
They needed someone to tell them, get your kid who's obsessed with space a telescope.
And not have it on the balcony or in the front yard.
No.
Middle of a snowstorm.
Middle of a snowstorm.
Middle of a field snowstorm.
It was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
That was an interesting choice.
And I also thought it weird that all of those things, he said it's 1:28 a.m. Was she bringing the dog over at 1:28 a.m. in the morning?
It's a good question.
Like he's over there and she all this supposedly happened at one time and he gives 1:28 a.m. or whatever it is as the start time. Like
it was weird. That was weird.
That's a weird bit.
It was well done though.
Yeah.
Looked great,
but
but just don't focus too hard on it, or you'll just be like, what? What happened? I don't know. I personally, when I'm like, hey, let me tell you about my wife, I don't pull out a headshot.
There
and
it
just
is.
be like, hey,
There it is. Yeah.
here it is.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of us
picture-
together. Or hey, here's a picture of her doing something she likes. No, this is a headshot
It's
of a woman
absolute-
who runs a nonprofit.
She's trying to get auditions
Yes.
for nonprofits. Yeah. It is the weirdest thing in the world that this dude's like, I love this girl so much. Here's her headshot. Call her if you have any openings.
Pictures from the guy in the mall who asked her if he could take some
the
pictures.
old glamour shot. Yeah.
But he then takes his headshot, enlarges it, gets it enlarged so he can put it on his murder wall, and then in red Sharpie writes the word perfect over top of it.
You're going to kill somebody. You're going to murder
he's
somebody.
a weird guy. He's a weird guy. She eats one cookie and he writes down sweet tooth. No. If she's eating cookies the whole movie, maybe. It takes one cookie, that's a good day for me.
Yeah.
It could have not even been a sweet cookie. It
Could have
been
not
like
been.
a ginger
But what's
snap.
wild is, and you're treading a lot of mine, but what was wild to me is that this guy who's Mr. Christmas has spent a day with her, doesn't write down anything.
Yeah.
Anything. She eats one cookie and he's like,
Got it.
sweet tooth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was weird.
That's
Weird.
man, you're not good at your job, bro.
When he goes to finally tell Paul that he quits and stuff, And he's like, you don't even know her. And he goes like this. What's her favorite song? And Paul says, Don't Stop Believin'. And Tom goes, Don't Stop Believin' is no one's favorite song. What?
No.
Why are you attacking?
Come on.
One of the most greatest classic rock anthems of all time.
Yeah.
Why attack that?
A lot of people love that
I
song.
love that song.
Yeah.
It's no one's favorite song. All right, guy, relax. I've got one more, which is just he has no one else to blame but himself. Because if you have an ex-client who's clearly into you,
Yep.
you cannot bring another client who you're lying to around that person and not tell that person, hey, whatever you do, don't tell this person that I'm finding the perfect Christmas present because I'm finding the perfect Christmas present. So don't do that.
It is This is a guy who says he's very secure and safe and he keeps his anonymity. He wouldn't do any of this.
Yeah.
If this guy really existed and really found the perfect Christmas present and retained his anonymity for years and years and was successful and made money, he would not accept the job of his frat bro's, girlfriend. Yep. He would never take her to that place. All of that rings false. All of it.
Just to be clear, I'm done, by the way. Freaking love this movie.
Yeah, you've hit a lot of.
In my perfect Hallmark Christmas movie is like this type of thing where it's amazing and Christmassy, and there's still plenty to be like, that's funny. That doesn't make any sense. I love it. This is ideal.
You hit, aside from Don't Stop Believing, which I didn't even think of, you hit all of those.
Don't Stop Believing is no one's favorite song.
No one. How dare you?
Then he says,
except yours. Except yours. Which is
in your face.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Got him.
So I want to be clear. I am always for a pizza tour. Always. I love pizza. Probably my favorite food. Big pizza guy. Brandon and I are big pizza connoisseur. Big pizza boys.
I get pizza today.
And I can tell you this. A pizza tour in Chicago is a death tour.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of work.
You don't just casually stroll into Lou Malnati's, eat a couple slices of deep dish, pop over to Pisano's, and then Gino's East and Giordano's and Uno's, and walk your way through Chicago pizza. Bro, that will kill you. You are eating a cheese pie. This is not like getting a slice of New York style pizza from 10 different places and taking a few bites. You go and do a deep dish pizza tour, it's over for you. That is not, you can't take that lightly. Yeah. You got to plan, you got to train, you got to get on some probiotics. You can't just roll up and be like, let's eat all the deep dish in town. No, not on your best day. Can't happen. It's not something you take lightly. At the end of this movie, our leading lady is mad because Sam Page's a psychopath and he lied to her about being Mr. Christmas and has a murder board of her. All good reasons to be mad. And this woman who's really rich, this socialite who owns all this stuff that's into Sam Page, those two are at the party and one of them goes, you don't understand. He was deceitful. And this other woman just goes, who isn't? Okay, all right, it's one thing to forgive people. Please do. Give them a second chance. You made a mistake. You told a white lie because you were embarrassed. This guy had a murder board of you, had your glamour shot up and wrote perfect across it, kept it from you for forever. This is not some small, I don't really drive a BMW. That's not what happened here. You can't just be like, yeah, but isn't everyone deceitful?
He's manipulative. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
He's verbally abusive. Who isn't?
So Pennywise the clown lied to me. I didn't float, but that doesn't mean he's a bad clown.
Float too.
That is... You can't
really
just write it away.
He's really good at balloons.
People
don't talk about that.
He's really
with
good
Pennywise.
at balloons.
So good.
He's so good at balloons.
Yeah.
He made for me a triple-decker bus, balloon ones, all different colors.
Fantastic.
In mere minutes.
So he's a little manipulative about floating.
Yeah. So what?
What have you?
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Aren't we all?
That's all I got.
I float too. Triple-decker. Let's get to the Hallmark.
Son. Yeah, go ahead.
I saw them live, by the way. Pennywise's Son.
Yeah,
so good.
Oh man,
the way that they combine death metal with folk music is
so
this side of the
clever. This is
candy.
the best.
Let's talk about what the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe we can get some clues stuff. Brian, what are you still wondering about, bud?
So the first one is Whale Camp.
Whale Camp.
Huh?
Yeah, if Whale Camp's not on everybody's list, I don't know what we're doing.
The main one was though, like, how much does this cost? Like, what is he charging? He's doing this for a living off of this.
It's a good one too.
What does it cost?
Yeah,
It's a good question.
that is a great question. He's got to be making some serious cash.
Whale Camp.
Whale Camp.
My question is,
I mean, you can't swim with whales, right? Like, that could get dangerous.
Could get
Throw a
dangerous.
whale in the lake.
this is probably just me, but
I
so
hate whales in general, so it's not that big a deal to me.
Of course.
what?
You're not missing anything.
Hello?
Oh, no.
Not again.
You hate
Hope
what?
you didn't hear
You
that.
hate what now?
This came up organically, Whale Guy. I don't know why you're on the line. There would be no reason
I'm
for you to be
always
on the line.
Maybe he knows about Whale Camp.
You really,
Oh, I know
we
about
can't even
whale.
pick you
I
up.
know about Whale Camp.
You do?
You do?
Yeah.
Tell
You
me
been?
about it, please.
You do a little this, a little that, a little
Well,
you know?
Oh,
You
you
flushing of toilets?
No, it's like you all like put water in your mouth and you go
on each other?
no, like just like
Up in the
see
air?
who could make it the longest.
The longest. Oh,
The longest that's what we call
Great.
it.
Awesome.
Whale Guy out.
well, I feel like I got a pretty good understanding of Whale Camp now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Mine is this. It's very specific. This party, so we're 2 weeks from Christmas. This party is like, at best, only a couple days before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
If someone invited you to a party and it wasn't Christmas themed that close to Christmas, that'd be jarring, right?
It would be very jarring.
Yeah.
I literally,
I assumed that it was a Christmas party.
the
Yes.
theme is,
Right?
I can't believe I'm got to say this, but it's Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
They didn't even go the distance
So,
of
but, like,
Winter Wonderland.
No,
No,
when
just
she-
stop it.
That means when she was first planning this movie, she was going to invite people out on like
First
the
planning this
23rd of
party.
December. Yeah, the 23rd of
And
December
maybe
or something.
it'll be a hoedown.
And it's nary a Christmas
Dust
in
off
sight.
your boots.
No holiday, no nothing. We're going to act as if it's
80s,
not
80s party.
the week leading up to Christmas. We're going to act
party.
like it's not like a holiday season.
Yeah.
We're going to do our own thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a NASCAR theme. Everybody shows up
Yep.
in their little
Your favorite
race car,
driver.
favorite driver, and you do your thing.
Do burnouts in the parking lot.
I would be so disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be so disappointed personally if it
You
wasn't
just
a
show
holiday.
up in your
I would
Christmas
walk
sweater
away.
and
I would
you'd
show up
just
in
be
my
like,
Christmas sweater. I would see people doing the hoedown, and I'd walk out. Like, this isn't for me.
You want to do a couple steps first?
I would do a couple
Yeah,
steps.
a
And
couple
then he
quick
just-
ones.
I'm not a
Spin your
monster.
partner around.
I would take a
around. Yeah, of
PBR
course.
and I'd leave.
Yeah, quick PBR.
Dana?
Yeah, mine was the Whale Camp and the
What?
theme. So
I
we're
thought
good.
I had one other thing that I don't know if this is a what the Hallmark or wait what
Right.
Yeah.
this and since you don't have anything new, right?
No, this is good stuff, bro.
This
What do you go, Paul?
the point of this party. Oh, not Whale Guy.
Hey,
he's
how far do you
who
think
won
I-
the contest?
Me.
Yeah,
Every
I would
year.
hope so.
I
Every
compete.
year?
Yeah, those kids are going down.
Good. Oh, you
No
got
one's
excited.
like me.
Kids.
Okay, anybody can come.
How much does it cost to go to Whale Camp?
$16.99.
Is that a discount?
16,99,000.
You got a coupon code for
wow,
that?
that's a lot.
Promo code DECK.
Gotta go.
Yep.
Gotta blast.
The point of this party was to raise awareness for her charity, and that was it. It wasn't a
It wasn't a
It was
fundraiser.
a fundraiser.
I think she said the whole point is to just
She
Raise
wants to
awareness.
build an actual, like, in Chicago, she wants to have
Yeah.
an actual, like, location.
I think so. And her whole thing was just like, hey, thanks for coming to learn more about the charity. And then she raised her glass and nobody else did. And she took a drink and nobody else did. There was no raffle. There was no auction. There was nothing about money or raising money for the families. I don't think, unless I missed that. But I think it was just to be
That's
like, hey,
interesting.
we're here. That's it.
Wow.
And then it just turned into a romantic gesture,
was
which
romantic,
we
yeah,
all
that's
are
what it
here
was,
for.
yeah, and she somehow conveniently missed that room the whole movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
She didn't there.
We did everybody. Congratulations! It's time for the double decker of the week. Panda's going to come in here. The set might look a little bit different. We'll find out. Let's hit that music, Panda. Come on in, bud.
Double decker of the week.
Woo,
Oh, man.
This episode's
my
womped.
goodness.
This episode's womped.
This episode has womped. It has not been a good
This
episode.
episode's womped.
This
big
is the stinker
time.
of the week, and you know it, Panda. You were watching off there, and
yeah,
you're like,
I didn't
You
wanna-
almost
looked at me,
left.
and you gave me the stinker of the week sign, and that
yeah.
happens.
And we know
And
that
you know
side.
what
We're all
happens.
going to do that
You
side.
know,
Guys-
you've done enough of these to know when the stinker of the week
I
is
sat there
happening.
and went,
You did.
woo!
The stinker of the week is happening. There's nothing we can do.
Yep.
One a week, just bad. There's nothing we can do, and it was today.
Here we are.
Yeah.
But
We
let's
are.
see if he can save it, Panda. Dan, who do we have today for the
We
double decker of
have
the week?
Danny Castillo. Danny Castillo.
Great.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Great name.
Guys,
Yeah?
pioneering the sports industry.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh man. This
Spike
is
ball?
exciting.
No. Have you guys ever played dodgeball?
Pickleball?
Dude,
No.
dodgeball. Dude,
Dodgeball.
back in the day.
I like
But it
dodgeball.
got out of hand because you just
get hit
like
in the
it ended up being like
face.
kind of bullying.
Oh my
a little
goodness!
bit.
It was.
I
But
feel like Dan would be a bully on the
Dan,
dodgeball
100%.
court.
When we did dodgeball a few weeks
what
ago,
are you talking about?
hurt me.
You're not nice.
I love dodgeball, and I would never be a bully.
That's not true.
That's not true. That's
You
not
know
what
what he used to do? He used to spray paint.
He sure did. Everyone loves dodgeballs except for you and everyone you know.
Yep,
On
absolutely.
people's
I went
lockers.
through
that was
all of that. Yes,
And it was kind of rude.
I
It
thought
was
you guys
so
meant a
rude.
bully on the dodgeball court. Yes, I would spray paint all of that on lockers. That's fair. That's more than fair. And I'm sorry. I've
You were a
apologized.
budding artist.
Yeah. That's real Banksy.
Now, I didn't really enjoy dodgeball as a kid. I tended
That's
to
the
get
thing.
picked on.
So do you like this better?
I love this sport because
I don't
it
know.
equalizes. It's
That's
a great
fascinating because I
equalizer.
think
Okay.
I think most people would look at you and go, "That's a dodgeball guy right there."
You would think so. But
The thing is back in the 40s and 50s, I mean, it was like sand in those.
Yeah,
times.
oh my God.
They
tough.
were just pop.
Yay hit you in the face, your
Yeah.
spirit would leave your body. It was really something. But in this case, the great equalizer, he said, "Hey, listen, what if?" That's what I said. Pay attention, Dan.
I'm
Why
trying.
don't you listen from time to
It's
time?
It's on me.
Yeah, that's
Get my listening
rude.
ears up.
Put
Got
them
it.
up. Be a good listener. What if we blindfolded everyone? Everyone.
So everyone's playing blind dodgeball.
Yes.
Just like completely like can't see
where
They're
it's going.
Throwing it
They're
anywhere.
it could
and
be
then the last person standing wins.
I don't hate it.
This is not a bad game. I don't know what we're gonna call it without it being on the margins, though. Can I say that much?
Really?
What are you gonna call it?
You're going to call it Lucky Ducks.
That's good. That's good. Lucky Ducks?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
All right,
It
everybody,
makes
we did
sense.
it.
Yeah.
It makes sense, Danny Castillo. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Does
you
it-
go in, and whoever just happens to not get hit is the winner. So it's almost
Yep.
like a lottery system.
Yeah.
And you could win a big prize.
You could. Or you could get
Man.
hit in the face.
Who's signing up for that, though? Who's
would.
going in and being like, I'm going to just put the old bandana around me. Let's go dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
I got a clip.
You do? Of what?
Lucky
welcome
Duck
in.
Dodgeball. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lucky Duck Dodgeball. You guys know the game. You put a blindfold on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your cat all over the place. Throw those balls, throw them high, throw them low, nothing in between, if you know what I mean. Hit it, boys.
I'm going to get you when I find you.
I'm going to find you first and then smack you
the
with this
wall?
ball.
Lucky Duck Dodgeball. All right. Not
That
bad.
was confusing.
All right, back to you, boys. Oh, thank you, fellas. Boy, it's great time there. I gotta
Sure
tell you.
was.
That does it for us. Can you believe it? 4th of July, we came on in, celebrated Christmas in July. The Balsam Hill's up. You're watching on the Philo. What a day! We'll be back tomorrow with another one to help us continue the Christmas in July joy. Patrick will be here. Deck the Lifetime Uncorked happening tomorrow. Until then, maybe we're the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.